Thank you for staying with us. Now let's move back to the political issues. And we have joining us via telephone Adekoya Bola Dale. He is a writer and editor and currently the deputy managing editor of People's Gazette. It's a pleasure to have you on the program today. You're joining us via telephone from Nairobi.
To be here, Victor.
Indeed. Well, so there's been a back and forth, southern governors, northern political, bigwigs as to who becomes president in the year 2023. But what's your reaction to all of the back and forth that has been going on?
Yeah, I think basically it's part of the political process. This is the usual scrambles you have, of course, politicians. And, well, from all the discussions that have been going on, I'm yet to see those who are agitating for which region should become the president. None of them has actually been talking about the major issues that concern Nigerians. We have a lot of economical issues. We have insecurity. So it should be the focus of these politicians. But majorly, they've been concerned about who gets what and how, and that is really unfortunate.
So what would you be expecting? Like you said, the conversation seems to be taking a different turn. What can be done to turn the attention of those who are, seeking for these offices, to the right direction?
Yeah, well, I think expecting politicians to focus on issues is really going to be hard. I think what the electorate should be concerned about really is asking themselves what kind of leader do they want in 2023? And that is a conversation that we all really need to sit down and have. It is not the issue of which zone produces the president. It's not about the South. It's not about the North. Yes, it's an unwritten rule. Is more of a child of necessity that each region that makes up the federation should be given a sense of belonging, and they should have a kind of a rotation of power among them. However, the focus of the electorate should be on not even the political party this time around, but on the candidate. We've seen clearly how politicians move across parties. We know that there is no difference between the APC and the PDP. And so from all indication, I think the focus of the electorate should be clearly on what really do they want? What kind of leaders do they want? So our focus in 2023 should be about the character of the leaders. We made a mistake in 2015, and we repeated the same mistake in 2019 because we were taken by the euphoria of the movement, the euphoria of change, and we did not take time to really interrogate ourselves and look at the candidate themselves. And I think that is the problem. Remember in 2015, everybody was shouting the APC change, and there was a lot of singing and dancing across. But a lot of people, why just some silent voices were saying, see, yes, we understand the need to have a new government, but the Muhammadu Buhari that we knew as in the 60s and in the 70s, does not have the capacity to lead this country right. And of course, they were the silent, they were the little voices. A lot of them did not, we didn't hear them. And we've seen what took place afterwards. So I think in 2023, the conversation should shift far away from the zoning, far away from the political party, but not clearly about the personalities. If APC, if PDP, if they all come out with a better candidate, I think we should distill ourselves from the politics of partisanship and majorly focus on the individual and try to interrogate and investigate the capacity of those individuals that want to elect into office.
All right, let me just hold you there for a bit. A lot of people or some people might kind of disagree with you on what you called what happened in 2015, describing that as a mistake in 2019, and also, the capacity of the president to deliver on the promises he made, while campaigning. But let's again move to our Kano studio where we have Zayed. He is the president of the Arewa Youth Consultative Coalition. Again, it's a pleasure to have you on the program. Zayed, if you can hear me, it's a pleasure to have you on the program.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, please. Again, so pretty much was just going over, the reactions that have been trailing the back and forth by governors in the southern region, saying that, no political party should field any northern candidate. But in your own reaction, in your own take, in your own perspective, what do you think should be happening? Do you think political parties should have that as a ground rule for who contests in the coming election?
Actually, I'm having a very low audio, but I have gotten the question exactly. On the question of zoning in relation to the issue of presidency in Nigeria, the question of zoning is something that has to be looked at the position of power in Nigeria. Zoning can be looked at either from the nationalistic point of view or from the political point of view. If it is viewed from the nationalistic point of view, you will have to look at it from the angle of its legal framework, what is the base, and if it is from the angle of the political point of view, then you have to look at it from the angle of the possibility of having more unity, more security, more peace and understanding among Nigerians. Now, I want us to keep aside the issue of power and look at the essence and the base of power. Most of the Nigerians, anytime they talk about the issue of zoning, they talk from the angle of where they come from or their affiliation. As the national president of Arewa Youth Consultative Council, we have actually consulted thousands of youth all across Nigeria, especially in the 19 northern states, to understand their opinion in relation to the issue of zoning. And as patriotic Nigerians, we are of the opinion that it is not the power that is important, but the value of power. If you're talking about zoning, zoning always try to see how does it shift power from one region to the other region, even though they call it a gentleman's agreement. And in today's political arena, the politicians tend to forget about that gentleman agreement. But as youth, we should always pay more attention to the issues of Nigeria's unity. Because without unity, there will not be progress. And without progress, then democracy has failed. It does not matter where power resides in Nigeria, whether in the south, whether in the north, and mark you, these 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria, each of them want to produce a president. And painfully, there's only one president, and there must always be only one president. As such, we are of the opinion that instead of us to continue clamoring that the president should come either from the north or from the south, or he should be of this religion, or he should be of this creed, we should pay more attention, especially as youth, to the issue of his competence. What can he do? What did he know? What is his capability and capacity when it comes to the issue of solving the economic crisis of Nigeria? What can he do about the dying industry of Nigeria? How can he unite the various sections of Nigeria that continue to feel and think otherwise about their counterparts? These are some of the questions we need to talk about. We at the Arewa Youth Consultative Council, which we believe we are the largest youth network in the 19 northern states of Nigeria, having network even at the lowest grassroots, we have already consulted thousands of our youth, just like I've just earlier mentioned.
Yeah.
And that we are ready to continue consulting one another to be able to convince ourselves that 2023, 2027, 2031, 2035 and above will not be an issue of regionalization.
All right,
It is not going to be about an issue.
I mean, let's just first of all work with 2023. Of course, other years will follow suit as well. But it seems what you and Bola Dale have, in consensus is the fact that capacity should be looked at more than region, religion, creed, or any of this. I'll have to say thank you to you for joining us on the program today. Zaid Ayuba, the national president of the Arewa Youth Consultative Council, as well as Bola Dale Adekoya, who joined us via phone from Nairobi.